How would we look at this? How would we look at this? I'm going to write this down. What was it? Bet, T, Fred, Wilma, and Barn E. How would we take this for today? Betfred is a place or a gambling center out in Europe somewhere. Do you bet the tie? Thank you. 25 and 20, 45. Thank the fox. Remember the separation. Okay. Remember separation. Remember understanding that this might come to a point, but what do we have at the point? It's a corner. If it's not a corner, it comes to here. It's two sides. Okay. It's welded all the way around, and they turn a screw in it. No, then it can't be welded all the way around. The screw would come out. Okay. It would be a solid. They would cut a hole in the solid, okay, and then put a cap on it. That would be the point. Do you follow what I'm saying? I'm trying to show you how things are built. In order to understand my numbers, I was asked the question, how do I understand your numbers? I need to take the equations, okay, and put all the equations and all the numbers together in a computer that's 1,000, 100,000 times faster than I, and the speed of light or whatever you want to call it, will actually give you that answer. I'm building the pieces. I don't know where they go yet. Okay, I can't work on everything at the same time, and sometimes I work on things that are multiplied in the same time. So, if WI, the same reason they have the Wii board, AM 1 to 13, 91 spirit, in Y 23 and 9, 32 the doorway, or 14 the IT system in the sun. The Y can also say the Y, which is a split between 25 and 27, which is Earth red, red Earth, okay, which saying positive Earth, or positron. Tron is part of pi, and it's a unfinished combination, which says it keeps moving on and on. Barney, or born in the barn of the E world. Bet T, or how about if it's Betty? Barney, Betty. Teeny, tiny. Born in the barn. ARH, beta angel resident. 4218. Or 219 if you really want, because it's in the A family, it's A and A come together. So let's count it on the other side. R, AR, A family. This one is before the 18, but let's add it on to the 18. 219. Anyways, Betty, Fred. In Fred is red. Okay. This, okay, will automatically 06 will automatically say Mars, red Mars. B and E says Earth. TT comes together equals to 40. What is 40? 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 4 is 20. The systems connect. The ET to the TY. Same sound, different place, different number. 5 and 25. 20 is the difference. 5 times 4. The moon, the sun, 28 day, 20 day for the egg, 14 for the half moon. What am I getting here? That 28 grams is an ounce. Okay, ounce is the numbers, is the letters ON. ON are the first numbers that create the first 6 numbers of pi, so it makes all of creation. We're not asking you for the continuous thought of pi. We're asking you for the creation. So now in all these, now we're going to just continue in this. This is 3 parts of a cycle. 3 quarters. This is 2 quarters. So 2 quarters, this one will not say 14 anymore. This one will now say half. So at what point and what numbers do we actually use where 1 and 2 and 1 and 4 comes together? In the word 11. That comes together, the L and the N. E-L-E-V-E-N. Remember, differences of 8 are the 8 ball, they're the separation of 8. Chaldean only shows 1 separation of 8. So we have 3 of these and 2 of these to create 35. 1.25. It seems to be somehow, either it's an angle, okay, that 2 circles meet. I don't know if it's 2 circles that meet. You see it's like this, but it's got to be like this. So it sort of like goes like this inside of it. I'm not sure if that's it. 1.25, okay, 3 and 5. This here says half, this here says quarter, all in its own. 35 is 1 1/4 from this cycle. How do we match the moon, the sun, and the earth together? I will always use 2, 3, and 4. There's really no other numbers that we need. You show me another number that you think we need, and I'll show you a number that's already here. Inside of here, we have 7, 313, above 313. That is your birth. 313 is from the top left to the center to the bottom right. 4 is all 4 corners. 2 says half and half. Half and half in the Venus world. There's only one way to get half and half and to make it perfect without being a square. Make it a diamond's best friend. Half and half. Perfectly separated in the center. You separate it in the center. If you make a mark over here in this corner, that means your number mark is only halfway. If I show you the number 7, is it all of this 7? The only way to get another number is to get all of this and then halfway in between this one. You follow me? This one and halfway in between this one. What is my movement between 7 and 8? They're using this space over here must be lost because this is only one area and one area. So what's this area? It doesn't count. Do we count it as the zero because we're skipping from here, 0, nothing area over to here? Or is this the 0? See the area where the 4 corners meet? Here, there's only a 1. So if I'm saying 2, 1, 2, I would have to go 2 inside here, 1 inside here, 2 inside here, because this is the value. If I would say 101, I would go 1 over here, okay, 1 over here, and 1 over here. That's its value. Or is it 101, skipping over, making it the complete turnaround of everything that's inside, 1 skip over all, and 1. 2, 1, 2, inside and inside, 1 inside, all around, and 1 inside. Same area that it meets. And if it meets in area 1, it's usually in the corner somewhere. Using this also as H and I. How is this H and I? Well, it's pretty simple. You draw a line all the way down here, right? See, it's a straight line. There's no cut throughs. Straight line, there's no cut throughs. You make one line down here. Your H seems to come up, okay? Because of this, the only way really to make the H is either here, here, and here. That's your H. You turn it sideways. Okay, that becomes your I. But I don't want to get into that because it shows a diamond crown. When you do it that way, it shows a crown. You see this area will make a crown. Let's get back to these numbers over here. What we're going to speak about is your 4 times 7, your 3 times 7, and your 2 times 7. DNA, the IT system, runner of the sun. 2 to the power of 2. What does it mean, the power? I can only come up with a situation. 2 to the power is 4. 2 to the power of 1 is 2. Creates 4 and 2. This will now create inside of here. These two come together, 4 and 2 come together, and this is its power, 21. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. This will create 6. This will create 7 and 7, 14 equals 5. This will create 6, 5. Power inside the red sun. 9 lives of the cat. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to your 86. 8 and 6 is your 14, your half moon. 9 and 5, EIO on the farm. Let's jump off to that and let's jump onto this real easy. 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4. Runner of the power. Okay? Runner of the power. 1 to the power of 6 if you want. But let's not do anything else. Let's just continue on because we all know it's in 3. 2 is in 3 and 4 is in 3. It's a crisscross. 2 full, 2 empty inside of 3. 1 area here, 1 area here, 1 area here. 1, 5, and 9. Those are your basics. 1, 5, and 9. That's your split. 404. So now we take 1 and 6, 2 and 5, 3 and 4. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4. 16 and 8, 24. 5 times 5. 1 times 3. 1 plus 3 will create this. How do we recreate this? 2 to the power of 2. 1 to the power of what? 1 to the power of 3. 2 to the power of 2. 3 and 2. How do we want to come into this situation? 6 and 2 can also create this. 6 and 6 and 2 and 2. 6 and 6 and 2 and 2 because it's 12 and 4. That would be the purple sky. It'll say DC and it's created by the ACDC 3.1 ACM Mac. It ends up saying McDonald. 2 times 16 is 32. 3 times 16 is 48. 4 times 16 is 64. We bring 4 and 2 together because 3 is red. How do I know that? 3 to the power of 2 and 3, okay? And 3 is red. The skies of Saturn. At the same time, 3 and 3 is 6. That is black. That is the sun and says Pluto. But Pluto is 9. Pluto is the 9th planet, and it is also switched over to become the Venus planet inside Magic Square. The number between the two is rotation of the sun. 48, SON. Sun, spirit, artificial intelligence, ON, part of the pi rotation of how the mind works, understanding it's the mind or the body. Then we have 25, becomes 50, 75, 100, 1 half, 3 quarters, 1 whole. Remember, 10 is missing from all these equations. 10 is time, 10 is the matrix time, 10 is the tower of time. Spirit comes in, splitting everything. 2 to the 2, 3, 4, 68. If you have it, this would be 4 times 17. One part of this area comes out of Mars. 3 times 34, 102 is 162. It's the spirit of the half-light of Venus, out of Mars. 1 and 6, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 will create 9. 4 times 34, 4 by 4 is 16. 4 by 3 is 12. Help. This will create the purple sky. The 12 ball and the 4 ball create the spirit of the half-life. 1 and 6, yellow and green. Yellow and blue, yellow and green. Yellow and blue creates yellow and green, creates the DC touchdown. Inside the mind, 9 lives of the cat, spirit of the half-light. They joined 2 skies together to create 1 day of 16 hours and 1 night of 8. This is 3 quarters, this is 3 quarters, and this is 3 quarters. We will take the numbers that will create the black. Where were we going to do this? I'm trying to think which way to go with this. Oh, and just take a look. Inside of 1 and 6 is 2 and 5, and inside of that is 3 and 4. So everything is the heart, is 1, 0, 2 is the heart of everything. Let's make this a little bit different. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 equals to 9. 3 times 4 equals to 12 equals to 3. I'm taking this one because this one is the one that fits it all, okay? This number over here, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, which equals to a 7. This 7 equals all. That means this 7 will have to equal it all. A red and a black. 238, 298. 298, half of that is 99. Why do I do that? Because the 2 and the 1 numbers are telling me 2 or 1. It's not telling me anymore, okay? I also make this stuff up, okay, at the same time. I added 60 for over here, although it's 238, okay, which is 2 19s, which is the spirit of artificial intelligence. It all comes out of Jupiter. This will tell me L is she, the half-life, where 28 cycle of the moon, DC, runner of the delta angle of Mars. The reason why the Greek letter is supported alpha, beta, gamma, delta D, DELT, lieutenant, light transformation, energies. How do we move something? Hot and cold. How do we move something? 50 is half, okay? Half of 100, expression of Mars. This is B and E, this is Earth. This will create the gateway automatically because 2 times 5 is J, and 2 plus 5 is 7. 2 times 5 is 10, 2 plus 5 is 7. 10 and 7, 17, the letter Q. The letter Q, the letter G is all created through this Earth molecule right over here. Right over here. GE, runner of the moon. 56, the red sun. This will become the half-life. It will become 616. Change all zeros to 6s. This will become 13. It'll be 6, 6, 12 plus 1 is 13. You can minus the 1 or split everything in half because 1 splits everything in half. You split a 6 in half, you end up with 313, the 7th gate. 313 over 313. But these would have to be turned this way, right? M, 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 M. M, V. V, see this M over here? If you take a close look, what actually happens is inside of each side shows up on 2 sides of the point. But the V part ends up exactly in the point. And you have MV or WV, which is 23, which is 45 the Fox, or 35 electric company passing through. Electric company passes through 35, 3 and 5, and 7 and 2. 3, 5, 7 and 2. 3, 5, 7 and 2. They'll both create the numbers of 3 times 5, 15. 7 times 2, 14. 14 and 15 create the creation of your word, of the mathematical pi. 7 times 5, 35 will create 35 electric company. 3 times 2 creates 6 man inside 7, because 7 is created by 313. 5 is created by 212. 313 is the movement. 212 is 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, and it'll be a ratio of 10 times 10, 212, which is a Celsius to Fahrenheit. 100 Celsius is 212 Fahrenheit, 212. All understanding how this works, right? 814, the spirit inside Pluto. 212, creation of life. 1 is really nothing. It's nothing without the outside and everything. Very funny. The only time there's no digital dots between time is when the seconds meet the minutes. I just wanted to bring that up. I'm trying to figure out what else is here. This over here, 49, 7 times 7 is the gateway. Plus 14 is 63. That is showing up in Jupiter. 28 and 14 is 42. 9 lives in the cat. And this one creates electric company. If we have 7, we have 1 1/4. If we have 7, we end up with this one. If we have 7, we end up with this one. If we have 7, we have half of this, 1/3 of this, 1/4 of this. All expressions. We have to understand all the differences. If we want to know the 2 range to anything, excuse me, before I even go there, 3, when I go to this angle, okay, with these numbers, when I go 2 times this, it's 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4, 10 for communication. I communicate, right? I receive, okay? 2 times, the automatic 10 will become 16. I receive in the half-life, becomes 7. It becomes 4 and 7. I become Jesus, and I am the passage. 3, 1, 3. 3 and 1 is 4. 4 balls, 4 walks. 4 walks, man comes home. 4 balls, the guy gets based. The 4th game you win in the series, you go on to the next round. 3 times 5 is 15, will create 6. 3 times 2 is 6. They become 66 on each side of 7 in the gematria way of working. When you go to 4 times 2 becomes 8. This becomes 20 and 8, which is a transformation, because one of the reasons for that is a whole big expression. I'll try and tell it to you. This becomes 8, this becomes 20, 28 becomes the cycle of the moon. I wrote day over here. 20 becomes 26, becomes 8, becomes 88. 88 is the night sky, connecting day. So 88 into 100. So 88 will become 22, 100 is 25, the total is 47. 4 times 7 is 28, we have this passing of the cycle of the moon. Raphael, and a whole lot of numbers. We need a computer to put this together. And just remember, as long as my equations, okay, relate and bring everything together, then we can bring the rest together and understand the rest of the story. This is your 20 minutes, and Mr. Tacpan's Raphael, coming to you from the house that's been painted a little bit different than most houses. I am in the paint room of the design of only one place that we live, and we call it home. Thank you for watching O&O.